sport as a social development tool, evaluating the perceived effectiveness of the Touch NZ community projects. Touch is a massive participation sport across New Zealand, very popular across many cultures, including the Pacifica culture. Tamaki Touch is a collaboration between Touch New Zealand, the New Zealand Police, and the Raupataka Marae in Auckland's GI. Together, these organisations saw an opportunity to achieve community engagement and positive community outcomes through the medium of sport and active recreation. Since it began in April 2016, Tamaki Touch has made significant progress towards the overarching goal by creating a programme that engages local champions, by walking alongside and empowering the community to build on its strengths, and by having a family focus so that there is something for everything. 6 Tamaki Touch sporting modules have been delivered alongside a range of family-friendly opportunities, reaching more than 2,100 participants. But it's not just about participation. It also led to increased community engagement, positive community interactions with police, and a decrease in antisocial behaviour. So to get started, the Touch concept was developed in late 2015 following a meeting between Touch New Zealand and the New Zealand Police, where it was discussed ways to use sport as an engagement tool to help achieve positive community outcomes in at-risk communities. The plan was to use the skills and existing networks of neighbourhood policing teams, which are small teams of police officers working in the neighbourhoods where people are more likely to be victims of crime. These teams aim to have a highly visible and accessible presence in these communities, and the aim is to develop local knowledge and form partnerships to help identifying and to prevent potential issues. Having these teams operating in the area was an important criterion for choosing which community to implement the pilot project. So with this in mind, the particular Auckland suburb was identified. The community has a high Maori and Pacifica population. The research has shown that within these communities, importance is placed on playing sport as a family, as well as on opportunities that support social and cultural connections. Earlier research highlighted that gender roles and family responsibilities could be barriers to participation for some of the women in the group. So, the initiative. Well, it involved organising and establishing a steering group. Thanks to connections from the local team, the local steering group was established with representatives from many of the community groups. We had the local board, Auckland Council, the Business Association, and the District Health Board. Also, Sport Auckland played an advisory role and added value through its expertise in sport, physical activity and health. So there are many connections to local schools, clubs and facilities. By using sport as the delivery mechanism, the steering group's overarching goals were to increase community engagement, achieve better health outcomes for the population groups, to reduce crime and to create positive community outcomes. Initially, the steering group met fortnightly, and there were particular parameters which were put in place. The first was that the opportunity must be whānau or family-centric, where the whole family can participate. The second is that the module would run outside the traditional touch seasons, so it wouldn't compete and wouldn't affect participation in those previously established competitions. And then lastly, that the 6-week touch module would be free. So it's going to be placed on Friday evenings, be free, and provide benefits to our local community. So one of the considerations was about sourcing funding and planning for future development and diversification so that the programme can grow and develop. So creating an environment in which the whole community can participate. Tamaki Touch aimed to bring together family and friends of all different ages, genders, fitness levels to be active, have fun and socialise. In combination with Sport Auckland, there was a research was conducted on behalf of Sport Auckland, which sort of developed the model. So Tamaki Touch decided to offer 2 competitions a night. There was a children's competition that was up to 12 years old, and a family competition which had to be mixed gender and have at least one under 12-year-old and one adult aged 35 plus. As well as touch, other activities are offered to cater for the whole family, including boot camp delivered by local providers, and a programme involving cultural dance, songs, games and other activities. There was a DJ to create a fun atmosphere, free food and prizes from sponsors to encourage incentives and to encourage attendance. The programme structure was aimed to shift the emphasis from winning to fair play and to positive role modelling. So the initiative. An important focus was to build on the passion and strengths of identified local champions and to work alongside them to deliver the programme in a mentoring type capacity. So with support from Sport Auckland, the group appointed 2 young local Pacifica women to be programme coordinators. This pair provided support with logistics, registrations, draws and programme promotion. And then Touch New Zealand representatives worked alongside these coordinators as mentors. Now, if something is free, it does actually cost money. So, as the pilot survey showed, to engage the local community, all Tamaki Touch activities needed to be free. When asked if anything could be improved, 48% of participants said free food and 13% said free water. So it's an ongoing challenge for the steering group, and this involved applying for grants, leveraging off local businesses, and trying to develop connections with local sponsors. So, important success factors. Well, community buy-in and local champions really are essential. Community buy-in has been fundamental to the success of this model, both in its development and its implementation phases. Inviting key members of the community onto the steering group, as well as appointing the local coordinators, ensured that Tamaki Touch had better understanding of the needs of the local community. Along with this, the establishment of a clear governance structure and forward-looking planning have been particularly helpful to demonstrate to funders that the group had a clear purpose and a clear goal and some clear outcomes. Establishing a steering group and providing and building relationships leads to greater and higher levels of trust. This can be difficult for outside organisations. For Tamaki Touch, creating links with the local neighbouring police force and the groups within that local community was a crucial step. Being family-centric is important to Tamaki Touch. So an important success factor for the project was about making it about more than just sport. The provision of a variety of physical activity opportunities, programmes for the youngsters and free food, DJ and music really creates an environment which is something that appeals to the whole family. One of the main outcomes of the programme was to support and upskill groups within the community to continue to deliver the programme on their own. Touch New Zealand has taken the lead within this community, and it's a driving force for both the programmes and the coordinators. An important learning for the organisation has been recognising that there's a fine line between building capability and not placing too much reliance on outside providers. Touch New Zealand is currently navigating this path to readjust the roles to support the community in maintaining their leading role. So the outcomes. Well, there were 6 sporting modules which were being delivered, engaging over 2,100 participants. However, as we said, the sporting outcomes really are secondary to the social outcomes of the programme. These include bringing families together to play sport, leading healthier lifestyles, positive engagement with the local police, and the wider community organisations. Feedback from the participants include that there was a positive outcome for the community. About 20% acknowledged improved relationships with the police and staying out of trouble, particularly on the nights where the Tamaki Touch competition occurred. 70% really enjoyed the positive side to playing sport, engaging, socialising with family and friends, and just spending time together. So Tamaki Touch continues to go from strength to strength, and the steering group has widened the activities to actually include basketball and several other sports. So in total, a positive, community-focused sport programme. Thank you.